Have you ever stopped to think about, well, how you think? It turns out your mind might not be the single rational machine you imagine it to be. Instead, it's more like there are two different programs running in your head all the time, and they don't always agree.
Okay, let's put this to the test right now. I've got a little puzzle for you. Just go with your gut on this one. Don't pull out a calculator. Ready? A bat and a ball cost $1.10 total. The bat costs exactly $1 more than the ball. So, how much is the ball? What's that first number that just popped into your head?
If you thought 10 cents, you're in very good company. That answer probably came to you almost instantly, right? It just feels right. It's easy, it's neat, and it took basically zero effort to come up with.
But hang on. What happens if we actually hit the brakes for a second and think about it? That quick, intuitive answer that feels so right, well, it's not actually correct. Let's wake up that other part of our brain, the slower, more careful one.
The right answer is actually 5 cents. Think about it. If the ball is 5 cents and the bat is $1 more, that makes the bat $1.05. Add those two together and you get $1.10. The math is simple, for sure, but you only get there if you deliberately slow down.
So what happened there? Why does our brain so confidently serve up the wrong answer? This little riddle is the perfect window into the big idea from Nobel Prize winner Daniel Kahneman. Your mind is basically run by two totally different characters.
So let's meet the cast of characters running the show in your head. As Kahneman calls them, we have System 1 and System 2. So System 1 is the fast-acting one. It's your gut instinct. It's automatic, intuitive, and often emotional. It's the part of your brain that yelled 10 cents without even asking. Then you have System 2. This is the slow, deliberate thinker. It's effortful, it's logical, and it's also pretty lazy. It's the one you have to consciously activate to check the math. And this right here is the key. System 1 is on 24/7. It's constantly generating suggestions, feelings, intuitions, little judgments. And System 2, or conscious self, well, it's usually just chilling out in low power mode. Most of the time, it just signs off on whatever System 1 suggests, because it's easier that way. And this is where things get really interesting, because sometimes these two systems are in direct conflict. Take a famous optical illusion, for example. Your logical System 2 can measure the lines and know for a fact they are exactly the same length, but you can't tell your automatic System 1 to stop seeing one is longer. You are literally holding two contradictory ideas in your head at once. Now, this constant back and forth between our fast gut and our slow brain means that we're basically hardwired to make certain kinds of mistakes, and not random mistakes either. These are predictable, systematic errors in thinking that we all make. They're called cognitive biases. And at the heart of so many of these biases is one big one. Kahneman calls it YSIAT. It's an acronym, and it stands for What You See Is All There Is. It's the core feature of System 1. It takes whatever limited information is right in front of it and immediately jumps to the most coherent story it can. What it doesn't do is ask, wait, is there any important information that I'm missing? Let's watch WYSEIT in action. Imagine a guy named Steve. He's described as a meek and tidy soul who has a passion for detail. So is Steve more likely to be a farmer or a librarian? Now, your System 1 instantly goes to work, right? It creates a story. That description sounds exactly like our stereotype of a librarian. But what did System 1 ignore? A crucial statistic. The fact is, for every one male librarian in the US, there are over 20 male farmers. So statistically, it's way, way more likely that Steve is a farmer. And this gets to the heart of it. We consistently and predictably prefer a good story over a boring statistic. Judging Steve based on how much he resembles a stereotype is a mental shortcut. And these shortcuts, these heuristics, they lead us into systematic errors. The compelling story wins, and the actual numbers get ignored. So this all sounds a bit depressing, doesn't it? If our brains are designed to fool us like this, what can we even do about it? How do we get better at thinking? Well, the goal isn't to shut down System 1.
You couldn't, even if you wanted to. We need it for, everything we do automatically. The real key is to get better at recognizing the moments when you shouldn't trust your gut. It's about learning when to say, hold on, and actively engage that lazy but incredibly capable system too.
So if you take one thing away from all this, let it be awareness. Just knowing this stuff is a huge step. Your intuition, your System 1, is a powerful but flawed storytelling machine. It builds confident conclusions out of very little evidence, that's WSITI, and it will almost always choose a good stereotype over a boring statistic. Your best defense is simply knowing this. The goal isn't to second-guess everything, but to learn when to trust your gut and when to tell it to slow down and think. As Kahneman puts it, we can be blind to the obvious, and we are also blind to our blindness. That's a pretty humbling thought, isn't it? So the next time you get a really strong gut feeling, especially about something important, maybe just pause for a second. Ask yourself, what might my System 1 be missing here? Is this a time to think slow?